What's going on? Shout out to the Market Militia. I'm Jonathan Thompson. Welcome back to another episode of Market Menace Trading. A whole lot of chop going on with Bitcoin, but I do think we have some big moves. Currently in a trade right now. I'm going to go ahead and break that down for you guys, of course. You know I will. And really, what I want to focus on today is good entries, good exits, taking profits, adjusting stop losses, and risk management. We are looking for high quality setups here in Market Menace Trading. I want potentially profitable setups whenever possible. All right, so first things first, I am not messing around right now at all. In a pretty decent position here for about 2.54 Bitcoin, which is about, that's roughly what? Roughly $95,000 or so, right around there. So it's a big trade. Currently up 106. I'm going to go ahead and mitigate, take what I can while I can, and potentially get back in the event that I get stopped. I'm looking for an entry somewhere in this range. In the event that I do get triggered here, it allows me to have my stop loss right here at this order block just below the moving average there, which is actually right where my entry currently is. Hopefully I don't get the chance. Hopefully it'll just push right through this bullish break of structure here, through this swing high, creating a bullish break of structure. Looks like I went ahead and knocked it out. So I'm going to start instantly looking for a new trade. That seems like it wants to rip. All right. Okay, now before I go ahead and take that trade, let me just reassess real quick. I want to run a Fibonacci and see if we're interacting with the golden pocket. I can see that I just got supported on a retest of the golden pocket. That makes me think we're probably going to get that push up. So at 522, I will go ahead. Oops. Make sure I'm under open this time. Limit. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so we'll go ahead and enter there. And immediately I want to go ahead and get that stop loss adjusted. And I'm keeping it really, really tight today. I really do not want to get caught in another situation like yesterday where I end up having to wait for the market to return in order to avoid a potentially like $220 loss or so. That last trade was about, I think we took about 90 down on that. That was real quick. I entered right before I started recording. So there we go. Now what I'm looking for support, or I'm looking to break the Fibonacci 786 right here. Let me make sure that this is nice and wide so everyone can see it. So right here, I'm looking to go ahead and take this out, but ultimately I want to break that. Now if I do, initially my target is going to be here at the 1618. That's assuming I don't go ahead and get stopped right now. Revisit to the golden pocket. I would like to see support on the 9 exponential moving average for the 1 minute time frame. So that is where we just got that wick to. If this candle flips green, we are almost assuredly going to come right up there. We got to take that top out though. And not just flips green, needs to stay green, preferably with no top wick because that shows a lot of pressure. That's a nice candle if it closes just like that. We're probably going to rip straight up, which is nice. I will mitigate my loss. We're up 27 on the trade right now. This is for 2.7 Bitcoin. So it's a pretty nice, right now it's risk-free. I have adjusted my stop loss to my entry. It's going to get stopped though, so I need to be ready with the next one. And this is how I'm going to do it all day. Open limit. There we go. I got the filler kill order selected right now, so in the event that when I select that I want to go ahead and enter a trade, if it is not immediately filled, it will immediately cancel the order. There we go. So that's nice right there. We're going to adjust stop loss. Go right there to the previous swing high. We're up 108 on the trade. Initial target's going to be the 1618. I'm going to scalp what I can off that. Bang. So there's that. All right. Moving right along. All right. So that was kind of excited. We do have an imbalance here. So I think I kind of want to wait for a second. It did take out that. The bulls are very, very excited. I don't know if we're going to get the pullback here, but I definitely don't want to buy it right there. away from all of my potential support, all of my reinforcement from my support. I want to zoom out and I want to reassess at this point where Bitcoin is. So it's about to touch the 618 and approach this high value area up here between 30,655 and 30,717. That is a significant point of interest for Bitcoin. A lot of interaction there yesterday. That is not correct. Let me, for some reason, Mexi keeps doing this to me. When I'm on a smaller time frame, it will adjust my previously drawn support and resistance and make it seem as if it is in a different location. And I don't know why it's doing that, but it actually has cost me a little bit of money this morning. Okay, there we go. So it adjusted. I knew that I was not underneath that resistance there. Seems like there's something going on, something glitching in my computer. There. Okay, so there is the return. As soon as my computer stops glitching, I'm going to go ahead and try to enter this. 466, there we go. All right, so it's a little bit higher than I wanted. My computer's kind of glitching a little bit. Probably have too many frames per second or something going on, so. But that's okay. We will adjust. Adapt and overcome. 537 is going to be the trigger price. And at which point I will dump the entire amount. Go ahead and get that stop loss in place. Before I could even get my stop loss in place, I'm up 43 on the trade. I'm going to go ahead and mitigate already straight to a risk-free, hoping to get continuation past that 1618 Fibonacci level up to this point of interest at about 30,600. That'd be a pretty nice trade. It's not even that big of a move, honestly. Probably going to get stopped as well. So I'm going to prepare my next order because I'm pretty sure that that's going to end up stopping me right there. There it is. So I want to pull back down to here and I can get the entry that I actually originally wanted. We do have a new bullish break of structure that needs to have, a new swing high that's going to need to get taken out. So that's going to be there. Okay, so that is the entry I wanted. Are you gonna pull back a little bit more? I kind of feel like you're going to. 455. Nah, you're not. All right, so we're in there. It's a decent entry. I'm going to have a little bit bigger stop loss this time. Close, and that's going to be at 528. Computer's really running slow this morning. I might have to restart it, do a software update. All right. Doesn't look like I'm going to get the chance to immediately mitigate this one. That's too bad. So we're at 34, roughly 35 bucks down on the trade. I'm looking for a bounce there. That's perfect. And I'm looking for a return to re-challenge. That's a pretty quick move. Normally when you see Bitcoin break a key Fibonacci level and it comes up to the 1618, normally it will chop around there for a little bit, and when it pulls back it doesn't return quite so quickly. But that tells me that the bulls are, the fact that that price is moving that fast is telling me that the bulls are very likely excited, which I definitely like to see. I'm actually going to put this below that order block right there, below the 786, just in case I get the retest. Actually, I'm going to pull that down a little bit more. Ideally, I would like to have it here. That's where I'm going to keep that. So that'll be roughly, I don't have to guess. It's the beauty of trading. So it'll be 115. That's a little bit more than I actually wanted to do, but I do like where that is. I like that it's below the golden pocket. I like that I'd be protected by the two most important bullish moving averages. If Bitcoin is going to get continuation to the upside, it's going to do it by holding these two moving averages, the 9 and the 20, the 9 and the 21 on the 1 minute time frame. So failing to do that will likely result in like a retest down here or something like that. But hopefully I'm, well protected enough. But I guess we'll find out. So if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead right now. I mean, I'm not messing around today. Like, if I get stopped at a key area, I am immediately looking for re-entry. So that would be nice. So right now, this is actually my entry. I'm just preparing. When you guys see me adjust my long indicator, my long trade planner, basically, all I'm doing is I'm just preparing for the next trade. So that's all you're seeing there. Okay, we are going to have to set a higher low than this, and we are going to have to get back above that one. I feel like we're probably filling this imbalance here, which is pretty much mitigated at this point with that low. It can push a little bit lower before it's officially closed, but I actually don't want the entire imbalance to close. I want it to, the majority of it to be filled in order to avoid any additional price attraction to that zone so that it can get the continuation. So that's a little bit of a lower low. So the only thing that really cancels that out is going to be a push back above that area right there. For the day, as soon as I'm, hang on a second, let me just double check something real fast. This is the hourly on Bitcoin. We were getting head faked left and right yesterday. I mean, all kinds of crazy movement. I actually had a pretty good day yesterday. Initially, at one point I was up about 1,100 on the day, and by the time I was done, I had actually given back about 600 of that. So a lot of chop in here. I mean, you can see how many trades I was taking there. I mean, just in and out, getting chopped up, honestly. So finally I was like, I do think Bitcoin's going to get a big move. I stopped trading it here yesterday, and I figured that it was going to get a return up here. But it was really crazy is even since yesterday, we are still in a bearish fair value gap from that initial dump here on this energetic move. That has not been satisfied yet. So I'm really, really paying attention to that. Now on the 5-minute, I'm trying to see what that order, I believe we created a new order block. Yeah, so this is the point of interest that I'm looking for. Banks are going to be targeting the area directly above, I'm going to show you this. This is the order block I'm looking at. Banks are going to be targeting stop losses that are above this range for the short positions that took the short here. If we can get back above that, that's about 30,700 or so, right in that range. It will close. It will force liquidate all of those short position stop losses, and we should get a return back to 31K. But we do have a little bit of work that needs to be done before that. But that move actually is not that far away. Going to get stopped here. That's a touch of the golden pocket. It is unclear if it's going to hold. Okay, stop me out. How far is it going to come down? There is a lot of imbalances to the downside. Whole lot of chop today, man. I think that this is probably inappropriate at this point. Let's see. I think this will be a better Fibonacci zone because there was a dramatic swing low there. Let's see where this went to. Okay, supported on the golden pocket, breakout. Okay. So that wasn't really a clear downtrend right here. I mean, all of this was kind of like, sideways chop, sideways consolidation. We did rally to here, up to about this order block, which we are actually testing for support right now, which is very interesting. Okay, so the real answer here is I need to wait. I need to wait and see if we end up setting a higher low here and getting back outside of that downward trending resistance right there. Because so far, Bitcoin's doing exactly what you want to do, what you want to see as far as reversal. So, I mean, here's a really powerful move to the downside. This being the swing high for that. So this is going to be our, let me make that a little bit bigger for everybody. That's going to be the market structure. We started to set higher lows. We got rejected on it here, set a higher low than the ultimate swing low, had the market structure shift here, holding support on it, creating the swing high, coming up, having the bullish break of structure here, also simultaneously breaking out of that, setting a new swing high. And as of right now, if we hold this, it will be considered a higher swing low than right here, and also right here. That trend would continue. But this is kind of a tricky trade right now, just because of the resistance that's right there. So, but I can see that this is held, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take this one. 505, 500. Maybe just one more retest of this little moving average here. I would actually really like that. I would actually really like it if it would come right down here and then show any kind of support again, because if it does, this is the order block that sent it flying. Okay, yeah, I'm buying that. So we're in there. Got to get that stop loss in immediately. That's going to be at 30,476. Okay, that looks good. We're up 35. Let me slide this over. Okay, everyone should be able to see all that, no problem. All right, looking to get above these moving averages here. Technically, that is a higher low. I am looking for the push back up. This is kind of irrelevant at this point. This is the area that must be broken, the 30,586. That would be a new bullish break of structure. I want to put this below liquidity a little bit more. Put it right there. That'll protect me with the 100 exponential moving average. It looks like we're struggling to get back above that a little bit. Switching over to the 5-minute. Okay, that's what I was hoping to find. I was hoping that we were going to get supported on that. I actually ended up having a great entry on that, which is fantastic. And this candle actually has a while to go. That is a good looking 5-minute candle. That's good support. So I like that. Currently up 45 on the trade. Currently up 20 on the trade. Currently up 18 on the trade. Oh boy. She's frisky. As soon as this comes up to this range, in this area, I will start to mitigate to a break even. Number one is finding a good setup. Number two is entering as close to the perfect setup as possible. You want sniper level entries whenever possible. Then your next job is to mitigate your risk as much as possible. Risk mitigation actually begins before you even enter the trade. You should know how much you're going to be entering with. Standardize your trade sizes, by the way, the size of your trades. And don't jump around from asset to asset. That's some of the best advice I ever got. Trying to, especially if you're a new trader, trying to trade brand new assets that you've never traded before is very, very difficult to do, because after you study an asset long enough, you get a sense of what kind of volatility it has, how it likes to move. You start to really understand, the volume profiles for it. You start to understand, what is considered, what does it look like when it's faking people out and rolling people's ankles, I've spent tens of thousands of hours on the Bitcoin chart. And even I get my ankles rolled. I mean, and especially in choppy zones, the style of trading that I'm doing is very, very aggressive. It's really, oh, we got a nice push there. So I will go ahead and I'm starting. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm starting to mitigate. I'm actually going to put that. I'm going to keep that right there, just below that, and I'm hoping that I'll get some sort of support on the 1 minute by doing so. Okay, it's a decent push. Again, this is trying to show me that I have resistance there, and I don't, and that's driving me crazy. Like, look, if I switch to a higher time frame, that line is down here, but for some reason, it keeps trying to show me it on the 1 minute as not even breaking out yet, which is extremely annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. And then I have to like zoom out and then zoom back in, and before I know it, Bitcoin's moved. All right, so we're up 78 on the trade as of right now. Okay. I got a decent stop loss. I'm not willing to mitigate further because I really want to see the push up to here. And when that happens, I'll probably use these right here to try to protect me. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Put a little bit bigger body on it. Come up to here to 30,457. And I'll be pretty happy. Push, push, push. Pretty close, pretty close. That's a decent candle. We're testing these little swing highs that are over here. Okay, we are above those. We are probably going to get a reattack of that. I'm up 117 on the trade. Let me go ahead and adjust now at this point. I will put this here below that, and I will start preparing a new trade for when I get stopped. For whatever reason, I can't grab this. Wow, the computer's being very glitchy today. And I will actually raise that up. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing for the next trade. And I'm just getting it ready to go. I know right when I want to enter, right there at 30,000, 540. Open, 1 minute. Good, okay. It's very, very close. I'm actually selecting my entry on it right now because I'm pretty sure it's going to stop that. So I'll make about $100 on that trade, which is okay. It would be nice if it just rallied right now. A little bit of a cool off, but that's a bad 1 minute candle. I mean, that shows a lot of selling pressure. Hopefully it's just a fluke. All right, so there we go. Now push down to that exponential moving average. Pretty close. Okay, go ahead and get the stop loss in place. Looking for support there. Don't think I'm going to get it. Wow, really don't think I'm going to get it. All right, I will try to hide one last time underneath the 50 exponential moving average there. Hopefully that was just a quick little cool off retest of the exponential moving averages here, and hopefully we'll get a nice push up and I will be able to immediately mitigate my loss. Okay, we did have a imbalance here that just got closed on that wick right there. Very, very small imbalance, of course. Looking to set a higher low here, so I'm going to be looking for trend line support. So I'll go from that swing low. I got a couple points of connection there. If it goes to there, I mean I'm getting stopped, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4 points of connection here. I think that's probably a little more solid. And now that I have that, I want to pull this back and see if it connects. And there we go. Okay, so that connects with that swing low there. That looks very toppy. That actually looks like a head and shoulders. But given where it is, the fact that it's trying to break out of a resistance that's been holding it down for the last like 20 hours or so, I'm not really all that surprised. I mean, it has to have some sort of a top pattern in order to come back and confirm support. Now, we've only done that so far once. once with any real significance. I mean, and honestly, that was only on a 1 minute chart. Let's see what the 5 minute moving averages are. Okay. Sometimes when you zoom out a little bit, things don't look quite so bleak because you realize that you have higher time frame moving averages that are, offering you some level of protection. So right now, on the 5 minute, there's an order block right here, and I'm just going to do it really quick. So there's an order block right here on this wick, and I'm below that order block. So there is a good chance that this will end up being supported, but I'm not going to leave that on my chart. Clogs it up too much. Always I'm looking to mitigate risk at all times. Yeah, that looks a little toppy. But what I will say, first of all, this is a lower high. When we came back down, we did set a higher low. So that was probably a punch of that moving average. It's probably right there. Yeah, it is. It actually didn't even connect with it. It almost did. 20 seconds or so left on the 5 minute candle. It's kind of an indifferent candle there. You got a big top wick here. You got a equal downside wick, and the body makes up about 30% of it. It's a very indifferent candle. Bulls and bears are fighting. That's really all that's showing you, is that there's kind of a battle going on. Okay. Not bad. Really hoping to mitigate this soon. But I can't do it until we take that out. Let's look at the 3 minute. It's kind of a nice... I actually like trading on the 3 minute because it's a nice, healthy balance between like the immediate price action of the one and the, a little bit more heavier weighted 5 minute. So that's up 54. Okay, I will mitigate to there. That's going to get stopped. Trigger price for the... Wow, did that not place in time? Which would be very cool if that didn't happen. And I said, wow, that should have stopped me out, but it didn't. That's fantastic. Okay, cool. Well, that's nice. So we got 1 minute left on the 3 minute, on this 3 minute candle. My stop loss is, way up here already. So, I mean, that'd be like $50 on the trade or so. In the event that it pulls back, my entry is going to be pretty much exactly the same. It'll be the exact same trade. So, support, challenge. We have not challenged that yet. Where's the 1 minute? Man, it keeps trying to show me that, and I don't know why. I think I need to restart my computer. Man. Boy, you want to talk about frustrating. When you know that the chart is not doing what it's supposed to, that is extremely frustrating because you know that it's not really there. Man, this is torturous. I'm going to miss my move. I did miss my trade. All right. That would have been the fair value gap. Would have been the perfect entry. So now I will try to enter there, but we'll see. Very glitchy. I hope that's not affecting the video too much. I'd hate to have to cut it short and redo the entire thing. All right, that's a bullish break of structure. That's about to happen. I'm going to be in on that. Okay, so I took that trade right on that. I will put the stop loss just below those. 546. Get that closed. Looking to mitigate again as soon as possible. Stop loss is pretty tight here below this. That is a bullish break of structure, but we did not get the continuation. I'm hoping that will happen now. pretty normal, actually, when it comes up and challenges a swing high to have an immediate pullback. Pretty normal. Okay, so there it is. So we just had that bullish break of structure, which means this is probably going to go up there. It's a decent sized trade. This is 2.75 Bitcoin on the trade. Looking for the continuation. Definitely going to have to get it, or this is going to pull back. So my guess is that this is probably going to push pretty hard. Let's look at the 15-minute. How's that looking? 15-minute looks fantastic. We're above all those moving averages. I mean, this is going to be the area here. Wow. My chart is really messing up. That sucks because I actually thought that target was going to be way up there, but it's not. It's much, much closer. This is actually a pretty big target right there. Okay. Frustrating. Technical difficulties is never fun when you're in the middle of a trade. That's a really, really good 5-minute candle, though. I would prefer, obviously, that there be no top wick. That last 1-minute candle was also very good. Okay. We should get the continuation now. This is a point of interest, a significant point of interest. This could be a nice trade. I mean, I got about 2.75 Bitcoin on it. So, you know, for every dollar, I'm going to make $2.75. So a move up here. Let's just call it 30,700. Where did I enter at? Oh yeah, there we go. That's it. Oh my goodness. Glitch. You're killing me. Smalls. I'm going to put this right below this. Okay, we're in a risk-free trade. I want to see what happens here. I'm up 150 on it. 165. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. If it'll ever let me grab it, which would be sweet. All right, so we'll lock in roughly $100 on the trade at the current stop loss. I'm hoping it'll get a nice push, though. If not, I'm looking for the reattack of the previous swing high here with a stop loss that is going to be very, very, very tight. Okay, that stopped. Nice trade. Man, picked a horrible time to have these kinds of problems, these kinds of technical difficulties there. Okay, there is an imbalance here, down here. So I'm looking to enter at 30,600, right around there. If I can get within a few dollars of that, I will definitely take that trade. Bang. Oh no, go to open. Fail. Okay, it's all right. Still pretty close. Technical difficulties, man. Getting rocked a little bit on it today. All right, so I will go to trigger 0.86. Okay, so we got that stop loss in place. We're up 40 on the trade right now. I will mitigate. Okay, so 620. I don't know, I'll make like 40 bucks on that trade. And if it triggers, I will simply enter exactly where I just did. Stop loss at the exact same place. Make sure I'm actually ready to go this time. Okay, looking nice. Up 72 on the trade. Looking to get this point of interest here tested. Definitely going to need another bullish break of structure there, and there it is. So we're up. Ooh, come on. Oh my God, my mouse just froze. Crazy, dude. You're killing me. Oh my God, right now in the middle of a pump? Oh my God, man. All right, I mean, I'm up 200 on the trade right now. What a time for my mouse to die. There we go. Bro. up 400 on the trade. Come on, move. Jesus Christ. Pardon the language. My computer is glitching so hard. Up 400 on the trade. Like the slow is like costing me a ton of money right now. All right, so we're up 500 on the trade. This is a nice one. All right, so we'll leave that there, let it run. 30,800. I'm looking for a test of 31K. That actually exceeded my target. That's perfect. That's a perfect trade right there. All right, what's next? What's next? Come on. Man, this thing is glitching at the worst possible time. I swear, man. Give me a break. At 481 on the trade right now. Okay. That was a good close. I'm actually going to pull it up right underneath it. Okay, there's another push. We're up 515 on the trade. This is a nice one. A lot of volatility, man. It's not showing me any of my resistance at all that I had pre-charted. None of it. This is insane. I feel like my computer's about to crash, man. This is awful. What is happening here? I just got stopped out of the damn trade while it was doing that. Bro, come on. Are you kidding? Oh my, dude. That was painful. All right, but it was a great trade. It did go, I mean, other than all the horrible technical difficulties, which probably just cost me $300. I did just make, I think that was about, let's see, that ended up being, okay, so, wow. 421, that should have been a $500 trade. Wow, that sucks. But whatever, I'm happy. It was a nice trade. It did hit my target. It actually exceeded it a little bit. But I need to clearly power down all my gear, probably do a software update, and I will bring you guys a new video. But yeah, this was a nice one. I'll break down a little bit more of that trade when I get a chance. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Shout out again to the Market Menace Militia, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.